New video. Today we'll discuss mesothelioma lawyers. Let's begin. What is a mesothelioma lawyer? Mesothelioma lawyers are professionals with experience getting financial compensation for asbestos victims. People may also hear them referred to as asbestos lawyers or asbestos attorneys. The best asbestos lawyers use their expertise to litigate cases on behalf of their clients. People who develop mesothelioma can contact an asbestos attorney. Attorneys work with asbestos victims to explore their legal options. Victims may be able to file mesothelioma lawsuits, asbestos trust fund claims and other types of claims. As part of their service, attorneys help people identify possible sources of asbestos exposure. Many people were exposed to asbestos on the job. Mesothelioma lawyers have experience identifying responsible asbestos companies and holding them liable. Experienced lawyers can also help pinpoint exposure for people who aren't sure where or when their asbestos contact occurred. Asbestos attorneys work on behalf of their clients throughout the legal process. They build a case, file lawsuits and claims, negotiate mesothelioma settlements and argue cases at trial. They are dedicated to getting mesothelioma patients and their families the money and justice they deserve. Qualities of an experienced asbestos lawyer. Asbestos lawyers are available to help get financial compensation. Qualified attorneys at top asbestos law firms have decades of experience. The best mesothelioma lawyers combine legal knowledge with compassion and care. These lawyers know how a mesothelioma diagnosis affects a person. They work to make the lawsuit process as easy as possible for their clients. This leaves mesothelioma patients time for treatment and to spend with their loved ones. Why should you hire a mesothelioma lawyer? Patients and their families can hire mesothelioma lawyers to handle their lawsuits and claims. These lawyers dedicate their practice to providing legal help to asbestos victims. They have the expertise needed to secure compensation from asbestos companies. They can explain legal options, build strong cases and litigate on behalf of their clients. Asbestos victims can reach out to top mesothelioma attorneys for a free case review. Questions to ask a mesothelioma attorney. Asbestos victims may wonder what questions to ask during a consultation. They may want to consider asking the following questions to learn more about a law firm's experience handling asbestos cases. Does your firm specialize in mesothelioma litigation? How can I identify the right asbestos company to file against if I do not know where I was exposed? How is your legal team compensated for your services? How long does a mesothelioma lawsuit take? How much does it cost to file a lawsuit? What are some examples of successful mesothelioma lawsuits your firm has handled? What types of lawsuits and claims does your firm have experience with? Will I need to travel if I decide to file a mesothelioma lawsuit? Top national mesothelioma law firms. Choosing a law firm with a strong track record of helping asbestos victims is important. The top national law firms have years of experience litigating asbestos cases. They have access to a range of resources and information that can help secure compensation. For example, they can identify asbestos job sites and asbestos products that may have resulted in exposure. The best mesothelioma law firms work on behalf of their clients every step of the legal process. Mesothelioma patients and their families can contact these firms for a free consultation. Mesothelioma legal actions include both lawsuits and various types of claims. The two main types of asbestos lawsuits are personal injury and wrongful death lawsuits. The main types of claims are trust fund claims, VA claims, and workers' compensation. Asbestos victims may seek compensation through more than one type of legal action. After reviewing a case, a lawyer can decide which legal actions are the best for an individual's case. Financial compensation may come from settlements, verdicts or claim payouts. Lawsuits may end in compensation when the parties decide to settle a case, or a jury decides the award with a verdict. Asbestos claim payouts are available to victims who meet specific qualifications. An asbestos victim will be eligible for different legal actions depending on the facts of their individual case. Experienced asbestos attorneys can determine all possible ways of receiving compensation. Expenses covered by compensation for mesothelioma. Compensation can help with costs related to a mesothelioma diagnosis. Dealing with the financial costs of mesothelioma can feel overwhelming. Working with a mesothelioma lawyer to receive compensation can help relieve the stress of these costs. Expenses related to mesothelioma can go beyond treatment costs. Financial compensation can also help cover other expenses, like lost wages and lost earning potential. Compensation may also be awarded for non-economic harms, such as loss of companionship. When should you file a mesothelioma lawsuit? It is best to file a mesothelioma lawsuit as soon as possible. Each state has its own rules about how long a person has to file a lawsuit after a mesothelioma diagnosis or death. The rules are outlined in laws called statutes of limitations. Asbestos attorneys can help ensure a person files within the appropriate time frame. Statutes of limitations may vary by type of lawsuit. The window for filing a personal injury lawsuit begins when a patient receives a mesothelioma diagnosis. For wrongful death lawsuits, the window begins when a loved one dies from mesothelioma. Contacting a lawyer soon after a diagnosis or death can help avoid missing any filing windows. Find a mesothelioma lawyer. Finding a qualified mesothelioma lawyer is the first step in securing compensation. The best mesothelioma law firms have experience representing clients nationwide. They have a history of success representing asbestos victims and winning cases on their behalf. Lawyers at these firms know how state and federal laws and regulations affect an asbestos case. Working with qualified lawyers helps ensure filings happen within the appropriate time frames. These lawyers can also help decide the best place to file a case for maximum compensation. Thank you. For more details, visit www.mesothelioma.com/lawyer.